fellow dog enthusiasts. Welcome to the first episode of Lab Rats, where we delve into the world of dog training and caring for our four-legged friends. We are your hosts, Haley
and Taya, and today we have a packed episode covering essential topics for all you pet owners out there, whether you're training a service dog or just want to strengthen the bond with your furry companion.
In each segment, we're delving into the fascinating world of canine education. Whether you're a seasoned handler or a first-time dog parent, join us as we explore key segments. From understanding learning theory and mastering foundational training skills, to navigating puppy socialization, loose leash walking, and beyond.
Our journey includes decoding cues, achieving recall and off-leash success, interpreting canine body language, and mastering the art of body handling and cooperative care. We'll also tackle impulse control, house manners, canine enrichment, grooming, and the essential equipment and supplies every dog owner should know.
But that's not all. We'll venture into the realm of public access readiness and the significance of collaboration and progress reports. Lab Rats is more than just a podcast. It's your comprehensive guide to fostering a happy, well-trained, and thriving bond with your furry friend.
Whether you're seeking practical tips or in-depth insights, join us on this enlightening journey through the science of dog training.
So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into today's discussion. First up, we're talking about the ABCs of learning. No, not the alphabet, but the fundamental principles of learning theory: antecedent, behavior, and consequence. We'll explore how classical and operant conditioning play a role in creating effective training plans for our pups in care. Whether you're teaching your dog to sit or training a future service dog, understanding these principles is key.
That's right. Whether you're a dog owner looking to teach your furry companion some new tricks or involved in the training of service dogs, understanding the intricacies of learning theory is absolutely crucial. Today, we're focusing on two key components: classical and operant conditioning. At its core, classical conditioning involves associating stimuli with specific responses, essentially creating a reflexive reaction to certain cues.
Absolutely. And when it comes to our furry companions, this means tapping into the power of positive associations. Picture this. Every time you cue your dog to perform a trick or follow a cue, you pair that with a tasty treat. Over time, your dog begins to link the cue with the delightful experience of receiving a treat, creating a positive association.
It's like creating a language between you and your dog, where cues become signals for something enjoyable. This not only makes the learning process more enjoyable for your pup, but also establishes a strong connection between the desired behavior and the reward. Classical conditioning is like planting the seeds of understanding and cooperation in your dog's mind.
And the beauty of it is that this technique is applicable to various training scenarios. Whether you're teaching your dog basic cues, preparing them for agility exercises, or even grooming sessions, classical conditioning forms the foundation of a harmonious and cooperative relationship between you and your pet.
So, the next time you're working on a new trick with your dog, remember the magic of classical conditioning. It's not just about cues and treats, it's about fostering a positive and enthusiastic approach to learning, turning each training session into a joyous experience for both you and your furry friend.
Now, shifting gears from classical conditioning, let's delve into another cornerstone of learning theory: operant conditioning. This innovative concept, brought to us by B.F. Skinner, opens up a world of possibilities in shaping and refining a dog's behavior.
Operant conditioning is like the roadmap to understanding how rewards and consequences influence the choices our dogs make. Unlike classical conditioning, which focuses on creating associations, operant conditioning is all about using reinforcement, both positive and negative, to strengthen or weaken specific behaviors.
Positive reinforcement involves rewarding desired behavior with something pleasurable, like treats, praise, or playtime. For instance, when your dog responds promptly to a cue, rewarding them with a treat reinforces the likelihood of them repeating that behavior.
On the flip side, negative reinforcement isn't about punishment. It's about removing an unpleasant stimulus when your dog exhibits this desired behavior. It's like saying, "Good job, now let's make the situation even more comfortable for you."
And then there's the concept of consequences, both positive and negative, which play a crucial role in operant conditioning. Whether it's teaching your dog to sit on cue, stay, or even exhibit specific behaviors needed for service tasks, understanding the impact of reinforcement and consequences is fundamental.
Exactly. The beauty of operant conditioning is its versatility. It adapts to various training scenarios, allowing us to shape our dog's behavior in a way that aligns with their well-being and the tasks they're meant to perform. It's the key to success, not just in basic obedience training, but also in fostering the skills needed for future service dogs, where precision and reliability are paramount.
As we navigate the intricate landscape of dog training, keep in mind the power of operant conditioning. It's not just about rewards and consequences, it's about building a foundation of communication and understanding with your dog, creating a partnership based on trust and positive reinforcement.
So, whether you're a seasoned dog trainer or just starting on the exciting journey of pet ownership, stay tuned as we unravel the secrets behind effective training plans. The ABCs of learning are not just for the classroom, they're the building blocks for a well behaved and happy canine companion.
Now, let's talk about something crucial for all dog owners: puppy socialization. We'll break down the different socialization periods and stages, explaining why proper socialization is a game changer for service dogs' success. This knowledge is just as vital for pet owners looking to raise a well-adjusted, happy pup.
It's not just about play dates and mingling at the dog park. Puppy socialization involves a strategic approach to introducing your dog to the world around them. There are different socialization periods and stages that every pup goes through, and these play a pivotal role in shaping their behavior and overall temperament.
So, let's break it down. Puppy socialization begins early, during what's known as the critical period, usually between 3 to 14 weeks of age. This is a time when puppies are like sponges, soaking up experiences and forming opinions about the world. Properly exposing them to various people, places, and other animals during this period lays the foundation for a well-adjusted adult dog.
Now let's transition into the adolescent period, a critical phase spanning from 6 to 12 months. During this stage, our once bouncing puppies undergo significant changes as they embark on the journey to young adulthood. It's a transformative period marked by physical growth, hormonal changes, and the exploration of newfound independence.
In the adolescent stage, dogs often experience a surge in energy and curiosity, leading them to test boundaries established during their puppyhood. This is a natural part of their development as they seek to understand their place in the world and assert their independence. As caretakers and trainers, it's essential for us to approach this phase with patience and understanding.
Training during adolescence becomes a nuanced process, requiring adaptability to the evolving needs and behaviors of our furry companions. While they may challenge authority at times, consistent and positive reinforcement remains crucial. This period provides a unique opportunity for collaborative efforts involving professional trainers, family members, and friends to navigate the challenges and guide our dogs towards becoming well-adjusted adults.
Now, why does all of this matter, you might ask? Well, if you're raising a service dog, proper socialization is a game changer. Service dogs need to navigate diverse environments and interact with various people, making a well-socialized pup essential for their success in providing assistance and support.
But here's the thing, it's not just for service dogs. Every pet owner should recognize the importance of socialization in raising a well-adjusted, happy puppy. Whether it's preventing behavioral issues or fostering positive interactions with other dogs and people, the benefits of early and ongoing socialization are immeasurable. Moving on to our third topic, we'll tackle foundational training skills. We'll share some tips and tricks you can use in puppy classes to set the right groundwork for a well-behaved and responsive dog. These skills are the building blocks for any successful training journey, whether you're aiming for a service dog or just a stellar pet.
So, let's start with the basics, the fundamental cues that set the stage for effective communication. Teaching your dog to sit, stay, and come creates a language through which you and your dog can understand each other.
And let's not forget about leash training. We'll explore the importance of introducing loose leash walking from the get-go, making your walks enjoyable and reinforcing good walking habits for both you and your furry companion.
Handling exercises, such as gently touching your puppy's paws and body, are often overlooked but play a vital role in ensuring your dog is comfortable with grooming and veterinary care. Something you can start early is puppy yoga, where you have the pup on their back laying between your legs and you gently massage and handle their legs, body, and face. Most pups will fall asleep while you're doing puppy yoga.
Distraction training is also important, teaching your puppy to focus on you amidst various distractions, setting the stage for better behavior in public spaces, or to look at something that they are interested in and then focus back on you.
Keep in mind the overarching principles: consistency, patience, and adaptability. Consistency among family members, celebrating small victories, avoiding overwhelming your pup with new interactions without proper downtime, and adjusting your approach based on your dog's needs are key to success.
So, whether you're in the midst of puppy classes or fine tuning your adult dog's behavior, these foundational training skills are the pathway to a well behaved and responsive canine companion.
Let's delve further into the intricacies of cues and explore the diverse manifestations through which they can be expressed.
Cues are like the language between us and our furry friends. So let's start with a definition. A cue is a signal we give or that is given to our animals right before we want them to perform a known behavior, something they've learned.
Right. For example, think of the ABCs. The antecedent, what comes directly before the behavior, is the cue. So sit is our cue. The dog sits, and then comes the reinforcement.
Exactly, and cues can take various forms. They can be words like sit, down, come. They can be hand signals, gestures, touches, pressures, physical sensations, clothing, items, sound, and even environmental stimuli.
You've covered a lot there. It's fascinating how dogs pick up on so many cues, even environmental ones. Like when your dog gets excited pulling into their favorite trail. That's a cue. Or when they sit at a curb without you asking. Another cue.
And cues aren't just limited to explicit commands. It can be your dog looking at you during the engaging disengaging game or auto settling when they're in their working uniform.
Now, what's important to note is the difference between cues and commands. Cues are an opportunity for the dog to earn reinforcement. If they don't perform the behavior, there's no punishment. Commands, on the other hand, involve a threat and a potential for adversive stimuli, if not obeyed.
Consistency is key here. Dogs learn through patterns. The more consistent and reliable the pattern, the faster the dog learns. So always use the same cues and maintain the same boundaries.
Absolutely. Cueing involves timing, both verbal and visual. Overshadowing and blocking can happen if two cues are presented simultaneously. Body language often takes precedence over verbal cues.
Timing is crucial, not just for cues, but also for latency and speed. Latency is the time between the cue and the behavior, ideally close to immediate. Speed is how quickly the behavior happens from start to finish.
And then there's fluency, the dog performing the desired behavior precisely and without hesitation, regardless of distractions or environment. Think of precision, latency, speed, distraction, duration, and distance.
But let's not forget about poisoned cues. Cues can unintentionally be taught, and even good cues can be poisoned if not reinforced properly. Reteaching and adding a new cue is the remedy.
And there's also learned irrelevance. If a cue is not attached to a clear concept, dogs learn to ignore it. So be mindful when using verbal cues and ensure they're attached to solid, reliable responses. Now, we're diving into the intricacies of teaching your furry friends to walk peacefully beside you, with a loose leash and a calm demeanor.
That's right, it's all about that goal behavior, maintaining pace with a handler, a relaxed leash, and smooth direction changes. It might sound simple, but trust us, it's a complex behavior with many moving parts.
Absolutely. Let's start with the basics. Why do dogs pull in the first place?
Well, dogs tend to have a faster pace than us humans, and they're eager to access stimuli, whether it's the neighbor's dog, a tempting scent, or just a quicker stroll.
And you know what? It works for them. When a dog pulls, the humans tend to follow, and they get access to those exciting stimuli. But we're here to break that cycle.
Right, because loose leash walking is not just about preventing stress on the leash, it's also about reducing stress for both the dog and the handler. Tension on the leash can make the dog feel trapped, leading to impulsive reactions and even injuries.
That's a great point, and it's not just about physical health. Loose leash walking also makes your dog safer for handlers of all ages and physical abilities.
Now let's talk about those competing motivators. Dogs are bombarded with stimuli, trees to sniff, people to greet, a faster pace, you name it.
And here's the challenge. How do we teach loose leash walking despite all these distractions? Well, start at home in a controlled environment, like your living room, yard, or driveway.
Begin with simple exercises like following and weaving, then slowly introduce distractions and build up to novel environments. Think empty parking lots, tennis courts, and eventually out and back walks.
And maintaining that connection is crucial. Give your dog warnings before changing directions. Use clear cues like let's go and go sniff, and reinforce frequently. High praise, distance from large distractions, and building impulse control all play a role.
And don't forget to take play breaks. Dogs love to play, and it's a great way to reinforce positive behavior. Use commands like their name, look, or touch to keep them engaged.
Now, when it comes to responding to tension on the leash, it's all about direction changes, stopping, guiding your pup back into position, and creating space from triggers.
Exactly, and teach that tension recall. Use life rewards like go sniff and access to distractions when approached on a loose leash. It's all about reinforcing the behavior you want.
And let's not forget handler errors. Pay attention to the tension you might inadvertently create. Avoid wrapping the leash around your hands, and maintain just enough slack for a loose leash.
Oh, and no jerking or pulling back on the leash. Keep your hand loose and don't give too much leash, or your pup might want to wander too far.
There you have it, folks. Loose leash walking might take time and consistency, but it's a skill that benefits both you and your furry friend.
Let's get into another important topic, recall. Recall is essentially the canine version of come back to me, but for our furry friends, it should mean more than just regaining control. It's an invitation to a yummy snack, some praise, and maybe even a few pets before returning to their doggy adventures.
The key to a reliable recall is building up with many successful responses in various settings. And remember, reward every successful recall, even if it's not lightning fast.
And here's a golden rule. Aim to use the recall when you genuinely need it about 20% of the time. The other 80%? Well, that's for a successful practice and high-value rewards. Avoid using it in situations where success is unlikely.
For instance, if your pup is having a blast playing, don't spoil the fun by calling them back and ending it abruptly. Instead, go get them or leash up during a check-in.
Starting with short distances in quiet, familiar environments is crucial. Practice when your pup is at liberty, and remember, frequent, easy repetitions combined with controlled training to increase difficulty will build reliability.
Now, let's talk tools for recall. A long line can be a game changer, especially in unfenced areas. And speaking of games, high-value rewards are essential. The reward value should match the difficulty of the recall.
Control distractions like other people or older dogs with reliable recalls can be fantastic training aids. And when to mark during training, we'll start by marking head turns and gradually refine the timing as your pup's skills develop.
And don't forget about some recall exercises. Back away recall is great for building distance and speed, while puppy ping pong involves two handlers and keeps your pup focused.
I love the idea of restrained recall. It builds excitement and makes coming to you a thrilling experience for your pup.
And who can resist a game of hide and seek? It's not just fun, it's a fantastic recall exercise too. Gradually increase the difficulty of hiding spots for an added challenge.
Collar holds are often overlooked, but they're crucial. Your pup should not just return for the reward, but return happily for their collar to be handled.
Now, let's address some common recall mistakes. One big one is expecting too much too soon. Recall is a skill that takes time to develop, so be patient.
And please, use high-value rewards. If your pup doesn't find it valuable, it won't motivate them to come back. Also, avoid using the cue too often, and don't skimp on freedom. Too much too soon can backfire.
Lastly, ending the fun too frequently after a recall can create negative association. Keep it positive and exciting.
And before we wrap up, let's touch on off-leash benefits. Off-leash time isn't just about freedom. It's an opportunity to recall practice, environmental enrichment, and decompression for both you and your pup.
Remember, building a reliable recall is an ongoing process. So keep practicing, keep it positive, and enjoy your adventures with your pup.
Let's delve into the fascinating world of dog body language. Dogs communicate with us through a variety of cues, and understanding these signals is essential for building a strong bond and ensuring positive interactions.
Dogs are incredibly expressive, and their body language convey a lot. Some fundamental cues include tail wagging, ear position, body posture, and facial expressions. These signals can be subtle or overt, and it's crucial to observe the overall context and combination of cues to interpret their meaning accurately.
Many people associate a wagging tail with a happy dog, and while that can be true, it's not always the case. The speed, height, and direction of the wag, along with other body cues, provides more insight. A fast high wag may signal excitement or arousal, while a slow low wag can indicate uncertainty or submission. A tail tuck between the legs shows a high level of stress. Context matters. Observe the tail in conjunction with the dog's overall behavior.
What about ear positions? Dogs have incredible ear mobility, and ear position can reveal a lot about their emotional state. Forward facing ears often signal alertness or interest, while flattened or pulled back ears usually indicate fear or submission. Again, consider the context and other body cues to understand the full picture.
Let's talk about body posture. What are some key postures that we should be aware of? A dog's overall posture is a crucial element of communication. A relaxed, loose body generally indicates a comfortable and content dog. On the other hand, a tense or rigid body can suggest anxiety, fear, or aggression. Pay attention to the dog's weight distribution, if the hair on their back is raised, muscle tension, and any signs of stiffness.
Lastly, facial expressions. How can we interpret what a dog's face is telling us? A dog's face is incredibly expressive. Relaxed facial muscles, soft eyes, and an open mouth often signify a happy and at ease dog. Conversely, a wrinkled forehead, tense jaw, or bared teeth can indicate stress, fear, and aggression. These signs can be the warning before a bite, so pay attention. Those people who train their dogs not to bark at all, or worse, get debarked, is like taking the batteries out of the smoke alarm. Let your dog bark, but as a last warning of discomfort or fear.
So pay attention to your dog's body language and give them the space needed from stressful situations, areas, and people. Don't force your dog to interact with something that makes them uncomfortable. Instead, listen to them and give them lots of space from the trigger so the dog can observe it from where they are comfortable.
In this next segment, we will tackle body handling, and it's not just about keeping them clean, but ensuring their comfort and safety throughout life.
Whether it's for vet care, checking for ticks, toweling a wet dog, administering medication, or even grooming and nail clipping, body handling is a practice that pays off in more ways than one.
And it's not just about impulse control, it's about creating positive associations. If a dog learns that good things happen during body handling, they're more likely to cooperate willingly.
The key is to start early and increase the duration and difficulty of body handling slowly at the pup's pace. Make it a fun and relaxed activity, perhaps done at the end of the day when the pup is calm and ready for bed.
And don't forget to reward frequently. Practice handling in easy, low-pressure circumstances so that real experiences are diluted. The goal is to make body handling a positive and enjoyable experience for the dog.
It's important to note that if a pup is only restrained for vaccines, for example, they might associate restraint with something negative, so practice often. Collar grab, looking in ears, eyes, mouth, lifting paws, tail, and even gentle pulling at the tail, ears, and skin.
And then there's the concept of cooperative care. This involves handling techniques based on the dog's voluntary cooperation, doing things with the dog rather than to the dog. It's about acknowledging stress signals, taking it at their pace, and giving them the choice to say no.
It's not about force, pressure, or fear. We're talking about learned helplessness, where an animal repeatedly subjected to an aversive stimulus it can't escape, stops fighting, and becomes utterly helpless.
Which is why agency is so crucial. Agency is about giving your pet choices, allowing them to act independently and make their own free choices.
And why provide agency? Well, it combats learned helplessness, creates resilience, improves behavioral and mental health, and ultimately leads to better quality of life. It's about partnerships, not power struggles.
It's not about permissiveness or excessive freedom, but providing choices that don't compromise safety or well-being. The advocates of choice training argue that when dogs have greater control over their environment, it reduces stress, leads to a better relationship, and even speeds up the training process.
But building trust and providing agency is a process. You're essentially building a trust bank. Short, fun, repetitive sessions are a quick way to build that trust bank and avoid negative experiences.
And always remember, fine should mean a relaxed, willing, and voluntary participant, not just a dog that tolerates a procedure. Aim for cooperation, a dog that deliberately initiates voluntary and enthusiastic interactions.
Now, it's essential to consider your dog's pace. If they keep saying no, there's a reason. Maybe they're in pain, tired, or in a stressful location. Adjust the training accordingly and always seek veterinary care if needed.
So, when it comes to body handling, slow and steady wins the race. It's not always resistance-free, but with patience, positive associations, and cooperative care, you're building a foundation for a positive and stress-free experience for your furry friend. For this next segment, let's dive into a crucial aspect of dog training, impulse control. It's something that can make a significant difference in our furry friend's behavior.
Impulse control is all about teaching dogs how to behave to get what they want. If they learn that performing undesirable behaviors leads to getting what they want, those behaviors get reinforced and are more likely to be repeated.
It is crucial to understand that it's not a lack of impulse control in the dog, but rather a lack of being taught alternative behaviors. For instance, if a dog pulls and the handler follows, allowing the dog to access an interesting smell, that pulling behavior is reinforced and likely to happen again.
And the same goes for barking. If a dog barks and their ball is thrown, they learn that barking during playtime gets them what they want. It's all about understanding the cause and effect.
So, the key is to teach dogs how we would like them to respond to distractions. For service dogs, most responses involve ignoring the stimuli and carrying on with the task at hand. The more variety in impulse control practice and skills, the stronger the overall behavior becomes.
And it's essential to start early and reward good choices. Notice appropriate reactions to stimuli during training and reward the pup for those. Focus on rewarding the positive behaviors to encourage their repetition rather than correcting the undesirable ones.
The Premack principle. Using a high probability behavior to reward a low probability one. It's a powerful tool in reinforcing the desired actions.
Now let's talk about desensitization, a critical aspect of impulse control. It involves gradually reducing sensitivity or reactivity to a stimulus through controlled exposure.
That's right. When we talk about controlled exposures, we consider the factors like distance, intensity, volume, and duration. For example, exposing a dog to skateboards, dogs barking, or even the feeling of sand underfoot.
And there are some fantastic alternative behaviors to teach during desensitization. Leave it is a great one. Teaching the dog to redirect focus away from an object when cued and sometimes look to the handler.
Another useful tool is the "look at that" training. This teaches the dog to look at the stimulus and then look back to the handler. The goal here is for the behavior to become automatic rather than cued.
It's important to note that the reliability of these behaviors can vary based on factors like stress levels, energy levels, overstimulation, fear or discomfort, intensity of the distraction, proximity of the distraction, and even confusion.
So, folks, remember the importance of impulse control. It's a journey of teaching and reinforcing the behavior we want to see. Let's shift gears to the home front. We'll explore the basics of building good house manners, from effective house training to creating a positive and enriching environment for your pup. A well-behaved dog starts with good habits at home, and we'll discuss how you can achieve that with your furry friend.
Here's a breakdown of the essential steps to follow. Establish a routine. Take your dog outside regularly, especially after meals, playtime upon waking up, and before bedtime. Positive reinforcement. Immediately praise and reward your dog when they go to the bathroom outside. Positive reinforcement strengthens the connection between behavior and the reward. Supervision indoors. Keep a close eye on your dog when they are indoors, especially during the initial stages of training. If you catch them in the act of going to the bathroom inside, redirect them outside. Crate training. Consider using a crate when you're unable to supervise your dogs. Dogs are less likely to relieve themselves in their sleeping area, making crate training a valuable tool.
Accidents happen. Stay calm. Understand that accidents will happen, especially during the early stages. Patience and persistence. House training takes time, and every dog learns at their own pace. Be patient and persistent, celebrating small victories along the way. Monitor water intake. Control your dog's access to water, especially in the evening, to reduce the likelihood of accidents during the night. And regular vet checkups. Ensure your dog is in good health by scheduling regular vet checkups. Some accidents may be due to health issues that need to be addressed.
Remember, house training is a process that requires time, consistency, and positive reinforcement. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to having a well-trained and well-behaved dog in your household.
Enrichment isn't just a buzzword. It's a crucial aspect of your dog's well-being. We'll dive into the world of canine enrichment, identifying different types suitable for service dogs in training or your average family pet. Find out how to keep your pup's mind sharp and tails wagging with simple yet effective enrichment activities.
Certainly, enrichment is a fundamental element in promoting the mental and emotional well-being of your dog. Let's break down the importance of enrichment and provide examples. Understanding enrichment. Enrichment refers to activities that stimulate and engage a dog's mind, providing mental and physical stimulation. It goes beyond basic needs like food and shelter, focusing on enhancing a dog's overall quality of life. Now let's go over the different types of enrichment. First, we'll start with physical enrichment. Physical enrichment refers to activities and stimuli that enhances a dog's physical well-being and promotes physical activity. Some examples are interactive tools that dispense treats when manipulated by the dog, encouraging physical activity and problem solving. Next is cognitive enrichment. Cognitive enrichment involves activities designed to stimulate and challenge a dog's mind. Some examples are puzzle feeders or toys that require the dog to figure out how to access their food, promoting mental stimulation and problem-solving skills. Sensory enrichment focuses on providing varied and stimulating experiences for a dog's senses. Some examples are scent games or introducing new textures and materials for the dog to explore, engaging all their senses and providing a variety of stimuli. Social enrichment involves activities and interactions that contribute to a dog's social well-being. Some examples are playdates with other dogs, supervised interaction with people, or group training sessions, fostering positive social experiences. And we have environmental enrichment. Environmental enrichment involves modifying and enhancing the living environment to provide a more stimulating and dynamic experience. Some examples are rotating toys and rearranging furniture to create a dynamic living space, preventing monotony and encouraging exploration.
The next topic is enrichment for service dogs in training. The first one is task-specific enrichment, which is incorporating training activities related to the specific tasks the service dog will perform, such as retrieving items or assisting with mobility. Next is simulated environments, exposing service dogs to simulated scenarios they might encounter in their future roles, like navigating crowded spaces or staying calm in noisy environments. Novel object exposure. This is introducing service dogs to various objects they might encounter during their work, ensuring they remain adaptable and confident in diverse situations. We're going to talk about enrichment for family pets now. Interactive play is engaging in games of fetch, tug of war, or hide and seek, strengthening the bond between the family and the pet. Training sessions. Regular training sessions for basic cues or new tricks provide mental stimulation and reinforce positive behaviors. Nature walks. Exploring new outdoor environments during walks, allowing the dog to experience different sights, sounds, and smells. And the last is DIY puzzle toys. Creating homemade puzzle toys using everyday items, such as hiding treats in a muffin tin covered with tennis balls, encouraging problem solving.
By incorporating various types of enrichment activities into your dog's routine, you're not only addressing their physical and mental needs, but also enhancing their overall happiness and well-being. Enrichment is a powerful tool in promoting a fulfilling life for your canine companion.
Have you ever struggled with grooming or handling your pup? Fear not. In this segment, we'll cover the basics of grooming and handling training. from nail trims to brushing, we'll guide you through the steps to make these activities stress-free for both you and your furry friend.
Grooming and handling training might seem daunting, but with the right approach, it can become a positive and enjoyable experience for your dog. It's all about building trust and creating a routine that benefits both you and your pup.
So, let's start with one of the trickier tasks, nail trims. Many dogs find this process nerve-wracking, but we've got a game plan. Begin by getting your dog comfortable with having their paws touched. Offer treats and praise to make it a positive experience. Introduce the nail trimmers gradually without cutting. And when you do start trimming, go for small, gradual cuts to avoid discomfort.
And then there's brushing. Regular brushing is not just about maintaining a healthy coat, it's a bonding experience. Use a soft brush and gentle strokes, rewarding your pup with treats or playtime. Pay attention to sensitive areas, and gradually increase the duration of brushing sessions.
Positive reinforcement is our secret weapon. Throughout the grooming process, shower your dogs with treats, praise, or their favorite toy. This positive association will work wonders in making them more cooperative during grooming sessions.
Remember, patience is key. If your dog shows signs of stress or discomfort, take a step back and go at their pace. Gradual progress is more important than rushing through the process. The goal is to build trust and make grooming a positive part of your dog's routine.
So, whether it's nail trims or brushing, grooming and handling training can turn potentially stressful moments into bonding experiences. Now, let's talk about puppy equipment and supplies. From collars to car rides, we've got you covered.
Let's kick it off with collars. There are buckle collars, also known as flat collars, a good option, but be cautious as they might slip over your pup's head if they back up with pressure on the collar.
And then there are the martingale collars, which ideally should have a quick release option. They provide a limited slip function, preventing your dog from slipping out of the collar when the leash is attached.
Harnesses come in a wide variety of options. Y-shaped harnesses allow for a full range of motion in the shoulders, while T-shaped ones might restrict it but offer a more effective front clip function.
Talking about clips, there are front clip and back clip harnesses. Front clips move the body back towards the source of tension, possibly restricting motion, while back clips don't often restrict motion but may give more weight behind pulling.
For those who need more control, there are head halters like Halti and Gentle Leader. However, they require more conditioning than other equipment and might be aversive for some dogs.
Let's not forget about leashes and lines. Standard leashes, long lines, and retractable leashes each have its own benefits and drawbacks. But remember, always socialize your puppy to the equipment gradually.
Socializing extends beyond equipment to toys. Plush or stuffed toys, rubber toys, chew toys, stuffable toys. There's a vast variety out there, but keep an eye on your pup, especially with plush toys that can be easily destroyed.
And when it comes to feeding, stainless steel bowls are preferable over plastic, which can cause canine acne. Slow feeders, puzzle toys, and snuffle mats are excellent options for mealtime entertainment.
Crates, exercise pens, baby gates, these are essential tools for managing your pup's environment. Always choose the one that suits your puppy's needs and keep them safe.
Don't forget grooming tools like brushes, combs, and nail clippers. And for those inevitable car rides, consider seatbelts, crates, or safe positioning to ensure your pup's safety.
And last but not least, reward pouches and clickers for training, cleanup kits for those unexpected moments, and poop bags for outdoor cleanups. It's all about being prepared.
Remember, every pup is unique, so tailor your choices to suit their individual needs.
Let's talk about public access. Start with a plan. What should dog owners have in their toolkits? Always have a cleanup kit on hand, a variety of toys to keep your pup engaged, and more food rewards than you'll think you'll need.
When looking for places to take your pup on outings, look for places with low foot traffic, open spaces, and easy access. Large box hardware stores, quieter malls before they open, grocery stores or drugstores in the early morning or late at night, and quiet recreation centers can be ideal.
Consider places like the airport, Home Depot, parking lots, Michael's, the mall, Canadian Tire, and even outdoor playgrounds. Plan for nearby areas and shorter trips. Only take your pup on transit after many outings and when your pup can be successful. The transit ride can take some energy and focus from your pup, so be strategic. Even if the outing is only the bus trip, do that to make sure your pup can succeed.
Always end the session before you have to. The overall duration depends on how well your pup can rest during transit and at the location. Shorter if your pup won't rest well, a bit longer if they can get some downtime. Remember, the busier the location, the shorter the trip should be at first.
Moving on to our next point, trigger stacking. What's that all about? It's about being aware of stress or excitement triggers stacking up, like kids, noise, or a garbage truck. Timing is crucial to manage these triggers.
And watch out for the trap of one more time. End the session before your pup gets overstimulated. It's all about staying proactive, not reactive. During these outings, focusing on barometer behaviors in the parking lot to gauge your pup's mental state.
Enter the space and give your pup time to acclimate while stationary. Ideally, find a spot to sit and watch the world go by. Engage your pup with barometer behaviors again, gauge how they're doing, and take a little walk if they can. Keep things light, easy, and keep expectations low.
Now, let's talk trainer focus. What should we keep an eye on? Pay attention to your pup's body language, signs of stress and excitement, how much they can relax during breaks, and the environment around them. Stay ready for distractions and take proactive breaks. Settle breaks, chew breaks, play breaks, and sniff breaks.
What's proper etiquette for our pups in public? Focus on good recall, leash manners, house training, not barking, settling in place, and fluency in basic cues. It's about being alert, but not reactive.
Last but not least, we'll discuss the importance of collaboration in dog training. Whether you're training a service dog or a family pet, working together with others can make a significant impact. Learn how to write, review, and extract informative progress reports to ensure your pup in training is on the right track.
That's right, dog training is a collaborative effort. Whether you're working with professional trainers, family members, or friends, the insight and support gained from collaboration can be a game changer in your pup's progress.
And here's the thing, it's not exclusive to service dog training. The principles of collaboration remain universally relevant. Today, we'll explore how working together with others can benefit dogs in various training scenarios.
Now let's dive into a specific tool that exemplifies collaboration: progress reports. Learning how to write, review, and extract valuable information from these reports is key to ensuring your pup in training is on the right track.
When writing progress reports, be specific about your pup's achievements. For instance, Fido consistently responds to the cue, sit, or Fido is showing improvement in socialization skills during playdates. Specificity helps everyone understand where your pup excels.
And don't forget the collaborative aspect of reviewing these reports. Whether it's with family, trainers, or others involved, regular reviews creates a shared understanding of what's working well and where adjustments might be needed.
Collaboration isn't just about sharing progress, it's about extracting valuable insights. If a particular training technique is effective, share that knowledge. If there are challenges, collaborative efforts can brainstorm and implement solutions.
So, in the world of dog training, collaboration is a key ingredient for success. Whether you're on the path to training a service dog or nurturing a beloved family pet, working together enhances the overall training experience. We've delved into various facets that contribute to fostering a well-rounded and happy companion, from understanding learning theories and crafting effective training plans to the nuances of puppy socialization, foundational training skills, and the significance of cues in communication. We've laid a solid groundwork.
Moving forward, we tackled practical aspects such as loose leash walking, recall, and off-leash training, and the importance of reading canine body language for a deeper connection. We emphasized the necessity of body handling and cooperative care, honed in on impulse control, and explored the art of instilling house manners.
In our exploration of canine enrichment, grooming, and handling, we've equipped ourselves with knowledge about essential equipment and supplies. Moreover, we ventured into the realms of public access, highlighting the importance of collaboration and progress reports and ensuring a seamless integration of our canine companions into various environments.
As we wrap up the series, remember that the journey with our furry friends is ongoing. Every milestone, every challenge contributes to the unique bond we share. Continue to learn, grow, and celebrate the incredible companionship that comes with nurturing a well-trained and happy canine companion.
That wraps up today's episode of Lab Rats. I hope you've gained valuable insights into training your canine companions, whether they're destined for service work or simply filling your home with joy.
And remember, every dog is unique, and training is a journey, not a destination. Join us next time for more wagging tails and helpful tips. Until then, happy training!